What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome back to the Hargests on Deck podcast. We are your hosts. I am Brandon.
I'm Ashley.
And welcome back to another episode.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. Yeah.
We, if you clicked on the thumbnail, the title, you probably know what we're talking about today. We are jumping back in to some nostalgia, some good old-fashioned Jump5 content.
Yeah, it's what the people want.
Yes, I know.
We're pretty much a Jump5 podcast now, but it's a good thing. It's a great topic.
It's fun to relive old memories. For those who don't know, who are new to the channel, I was in a band called Jump5 way back when, 20 years ago or so.
Yeah,
and we had a lot of fun. We did all kinds of stuff. You may have heard us on the Disney Channel or on any of the Radio Disney stations out there. And it was great. A great time of life. Got to grow up in the music business. So that's what we're talking about today. And we are, we've got lots of questions from you all. Thank you so much for submitting them. And that's what we're doing today. It's a good old-fashioned Q&A, questions and answers, part 3.
Part 3. And I'm a little thrown off. We're filming and it's daylight. So I'm very thrown off because we only ever film late at night.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll have a little more energy now because we're always so tired when we film.
I know
it's
brighter.
It's the only time that we could usually film.
Yes.
But today was different and the sun's out and it's weird.
I know. So hopefully it gives us a little bit more pep in our step as opposed to...
we won't be stepping.
No.
We won't even be standing. So a little pep in our sit,
But thank you so much for watching. I say watching. We are doing this video as well as audio only. So if you are watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to be subscribed. That's a dumb way to say that.
That's a great way to say it.
Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. But hit that notification bell to be notified when we post, which is usually every Wednesday.
Debatable.
Yeah, it's been a little different recently, but thank you so much for sticking around and bearing with us. We're going to try and be more regular with these, but life has gotten busy lately. So stay tuned to the podcast on youtube.com/HargestOnDeck. And we also do this audio only because, as much fun as it is to see our faces with these fancy cameras and lights and everything, sometimes a good old podcast is best served audio only.
It's true.
Yes, I know you've been enjoying lots of podcasts lately.
I do. I listen to a lot of podcasts about all sorts of things. And I enjoy a good podcast. So.
I know, it's funny. I know when we're getting ready for the day or something, I'll hear some strange voices coming from upstairs thinking, who's in our room upstairs? And it's all kinds of different things. You've had
lots of different people.
You actually like to listen to a bunch of different variety of things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of podcasts on my drive into work with a new job where I work from the house, a little bit different. I don't have that commute time, so I haven't been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. But it's great to just turn one on and do that while you're doing something else. So we do have those or these shows all on audio only platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the works. So if you want to listen to us on your drive in or when you're getting ready,
you don't want to see us, we won't be offended.
It's all good. No worries.
Yeah.
But thank you so much again.
Them.
Yeah. For joining us because there's so many choices. Okay. Well, I say we should just jump straight in because we got a lot of questions to go through today. And if we did not get to your question, not to worry. We've done this 3 times now. We still have tons of questions that haven't been answered. So we're going to try and do as many of these as you guys want to see. So yeah, let's go. Let go. I can't speak today. Let's go. Question 1.
Question number 1 is from 2 people.
2 people.
Jake Hauser and Daniel Reese MC ask, whatever happened to Radio the World album after Dreaming in Color?
Radio the World, the album that never came to be. Yes, great question.
I have a question.
Oh, okay. Well, let's throw your question there before we answer these.
There was an album called Radio the World?
Oh, that's a great question, Ashley. Not scripted at all. She's actually genuinely asking because she has no idea. You need to get some education on Jump5 University here. A lot of the fans out there.
What's Jump5 University?
No, I'm just saying. A lot of the fans out there. Out there that are diehard fans are probably sitting there listening to you going, Radio the World. You don't know what that is, Ashley? How dare you?
No, but I feel like we've covered so many so many Jump5 things that I've heard of
telling
everything
you,
by now. But
we were around for almost a decade. There's a lot to go through here. So
have we never talked about Radio the World on our channel?
I guess not.
Or am I just forgetting?
You're probably forgetting, because for those who have no idea what we're talking about, welcome. Ashley is in the same group as you.
I am usually half asleep when we film this, so we could have talked about it.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel great.
Because we filmed them late at night.
Hopefully you out there are not falling asleep while we're talking, but if you are,
it's daytime now, so I'm awake. I'm here. I'm ready to learn about Radio the World.
All right.
Let's go.
What's the T, as the kids would say on Radio the World? That was actually
I'm more of a coffee person, but
haha.
I'll take the tea too.
Radio the World was the album that never came to be. It was supposed to be after Dreamin' in Color, as the question says there.
They know their stuff.
They do. Well, it's funny because, sometimes in the music business, you gotta kind of like with movies nowadays, when you've got like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and they tease at the end of one movie in the credits the next movies that are going to come out because they got it all planned out. Oh, don't forget, or don't worry, Captain America is going to return in the Avengers or whatever. There's tease in that. Well, the record labels did the same thing back in the day, and they would tease the next album. Sometimes in the what do you call it? The liner?
Pamphlet?
Yeah, I can't. Oh gosh, I cannot remember what it's called. The CD
album?
insert thing. Yeah, they would tease that kind of stuff. In fact, one really good thing that we found, I guess a couple years ago when we were doing the Jump5 20th anniversary documentary, which, shameless plug, is on our page. Go check it out if you want to know more about Jump5.
I do. I apparently don't know very much.
We actually found some old promo material back when we had All the Time in the World, our second album. And in this promo material, it had, stay tuned for the next album from Jump5 called Jump for Joy. And I was thinking, what in the world is that album? And it was actually what the record label was thinking, that's what we're going to call the Christmas album. It's going to come out later that year. And they hadn't decided the name yet, so they just put that in there. And this is on promo material. We saw this printed, and it had the cover, but it wasn't, it was not the real name of the album. So sometimes they'll do that, where they'll tease what's ahead. And as everyone that is a Jump5 fan or knows our stuff knows that Jump for Joy is not a real album name of our albums. The Christmas album we put out later that year was All the Joy in the World. They changed it to tie it into All the Time in the World. Well, fast forward a few years, we had Dreamin' in Color come out, and we had talked to the record label about putting out a couple of more albums. And Radio the World was supposed to be another album after Dreamin' in Color. And they teased that in the Dreamin' in Color album inset thing. And we actually never got to record one song for that. We just knew that was the looking ahead. We were going to record another album. But life happens and things change, plans change, and we ended up going independent after that. A lot of stuff that me as an adult now trying to remember the specifics of things, I was a teenager back then, and I don't remember all of the details. I just know that Radio the World was never started because we directions changed, and but it was teased out there, and people would ask us at concert, when's Radio the World coming out? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And of course then would see, oh yeah, here it is in our CD, teasing the next album.
That's so weird to me
that
they just throw it in there, and it wasn't even a real thing.
It was going to be a real thing, so it was something that we were gonna get started on. But yeah, it was that's a little bit of the tea there, a little bit of the story behind Radio the World. It just never existed, never started, and but it was going to. That's like if, like I said earlier, the example with Marvel. It's like if Marvel was like, oh, we're coming out with the next, I don't know, Iron Man movie or something, and then they never did, So
what a ripoff is what I'd say.
So hopefully those of you who are waiting for that, I am sorry that you waited so long, but
you should stop waiting now.
You should stop waiting, because it's
now today is the day you can stop waiting.
Today is the day. But great question. That's a great one. So
yeah. All right, next question is from Rach the Harpist. Do you play the harp, Rach?
I hope so.
I hope so. That's pretty cool. What is a memory from a Jump5 concert that makes you laugh?
Okay, a memory from a Jump5 concert that makes me laugh. I have gotten to dive into a lot of the old days with these podcasts and the videos we've shot over the past couple years, which has been so rewarding, by the way. I love getting to relive these memories and just reminisce on these times. And we were around, like I've said many times before, for almost a decade, and tons of memories that we've probably shared with people and some that we haven't. But when you're, I was 12 years old to 20, I think was that age range. When you're in that age range, getting to travel all over to perform for all kinds of different people, different events, there are bound to be lots of different memories to share. And one in particular, we may have shared this in a previous video, so I apologize if you've heard this answer before, but it is just too funny to me. We had a concert that my fellow bandmates, if they ever see this, may correct me, and I don't remember actually what the show was, but it was a big show where we had jumbotrons on either side of the stage, and I remember it was inside, and it was one of those events where. Actually, I don't remember what it was for, but we were on stage, and it was a great show. But there's a song that we sing, "God Bless USA," and we do not a bunch of choreography. It's a slow song, but there's a part of the song where we're in a formation and we kind of raise our arms up at this one point. And to rewind a little bit, Leslie was always the trendy one with the fashion and the style and stuff. She had all kinds of different outfits and accessories and all kinds of stuff. And one day, her and Brittany were trying all kinds of different things from some of the girls that we had been on tour with, some of their artists. And she was like, oh, you know what? I've seen this really cool thing. I'm going to take one of our Jump5 shirts, one of our merch shirts, and cut the sleeves to where it's like, what do you call it? Where it's not fringe, but kind of like fringe, where it's like little strips.
Like strips,
yeah. So they cut the sleeves where it's little strips there, and it's going to be so cute and all this stuff. And she did that before the show. We're getting ready to go up there. That was going to be her outfit. And we get up on stage, and we're doing the God Bless USA, and we're up there, and we at that moment where it's just God bless, boom, the USA, and we raise our arms up, and it's just that impactful moment. It feels really good. The song hits, and arms are up in the air. Jumbotrons just pan across and then stop right on Leslie because in that moment, with her arms above her head, she's got the thickest black fuzz under her armpits. Looked like she hadn't shaved her armpits for years at this point because of the fuzz or the fringe that she cut on her shirt. She basically, shredded these sleeves to make it look cool, but the fuzz that collected from there just decided to get stuck right up under her armpits, and it was something where I think it was Libby's mom that was out in the audience watching, going, "Oh my goodness," because it was just boom right there. The cameraman just. I'm staying here as long as it is, I can't turn away. It is that crazy. So that was one thing. Afterwards, we got back in the green room. We were talking about it, and just it was hysterical. I mean, too funny to be embarrassed. Well, it didn't happen to me, so of course it was funny to me. But I think Leslie was able to laugh it off too, because how ridiculous is that? I mean, yeah. Anyway, so that was one. That was a fun
I remember
thing.
that story.
Yeah.
And I learned from it, so
yes,
I'm not gonna.
You're gonna check your armpits every time.
Well, yeah, I probably just won't cut the sleeves.
Yeah, that too.
Just to be safe.
Yes, yes. So yeah, that was a fun time.
You said it was a black shirt.
It was a black shirt too. Yeah. Yes. So yeah.
So if you're gonna do it, maybe pick a lighter.
Yeah,
color.
I know exactly.
So it's not so obvious.
Oh, but yeah. Next question.
All right, Shelby_A26 wants to know, how did touring work? What was the schedule like? And did y'all have a parent travel with you?
I'm going to point out the way you read that question was so careful and it was just so precise. I don't know if you were trying so hard not to like just make a mistake or what, but it was just so intensely that you're reading. How did touring go? Sorry,
I don't know.
Were you struggling on reading the words there? Was it too small, the font? I don't know.
No.
I'm just messing with you.
I don't know. I think I was paraphrasing.
Oh, so you were trying to make the question a little bit more
even
clear.
though I only left one word out. So I don't know what that was for. I saw and I just jumped to what was, I don't know.
That was funny. Well,
Yep.
So how did touring go?
Yep.
How did the parents go?
What was the schedule like?
Okay, thank you.
Did you have parents travel with you?
Yes, very good question. I can't remember if we've answered this. I didn't see this question in the past, but I feel like we've talked about this at some point in the past couple years. Yes, the parents did go with us, but it was really just one parent chaperone per trip. And it depends.
Were they always, was it like parents fighting for who?
It was pretty much like a rotation for most of the regular things.
I didn't know if they had to like audition, have like a parent audition to see who would get to go, like who can do the best. What's a flip y'all do? Back tuck handspring.
That's
I don't know what they're all
that's good.
called.
Yes, we made our parents do that
to see who
to
was
see
the
get the
best
special trips.
Yeah, special trips.
No, but that's a good thing. They did have to decide on the big trips, the ones that we got to go to Disney
Flip a
World
coin.
or. Well, I mean, there were 4 families because Brittany and I obviously had the same parents there, but 4 families, and they kind of took turns. Okay, hey, this is a big trip. We're going to Hawaii. So this mom gets to go, or we're going to the White House. This mom gets to go. So they kind of divvied up the big trips, the big important ones. And most of our shows, I mean, we had tons of shows all over. I mean, I can't remember I wish I kept track of how many shows we did. I know somebody somewhere has to have that worked with us.
Show count.
Say what?
A show count?
Yeah, exactly. A show count, where we've been. That's another thing too. As an adult, I would have loved to have kept track on like a map or something of all the places that we've been. And yeah, I'm sure there's a way to find out. I don't know who to ask at that point because it's been a long time since then.
Yeah.
So
it's been easy to keep track of my show count. It's been pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty hard to lose track of that.
Well,
so.
I would like to see that show count one day.
Yeah, it only had one location, one venue. That was my living room in front of the fireplace.
Oh, again, yes, people keep hearing about it.
They know about that.
They do hear about this living room.
It was the only place I ever performed.
We should see it.
But there were quite a few shows.
Well, I would like to see one of those. I think the people out there would love to see it too.
Yeah.
You keep referencing it. I'm excited. I feel like we should have a reveal party on that or something, if we can find that footage. So yes, we did a lot of shows back then, and we had at least one chaperone come out on the road with us. And like I said, they took turns, and it was a lot of fun. We had two rooms, so the guys' room and the girls' room. And usually it was just Chris and I in the guys' room because it's usually a mom that went, and it was one of the girls. They would stay in the girls' room there, and except for Chris's mom, she would stay with us. And it was a lot of fun because we got to go all over. If it was a tour, we were on the tour bus, which was my favorite, getting to be on the bus.
I remember you always saying how well you slept on a tour bus. And I feel don't people talk, isn't the thing, like people talk about like how you don't sleep on a tour bus very well?
I was also a kid. And I feel
maybe like the rumbling of the
maybe I could sleep anywhere though, so I was different. I think that was one thing that I was pretty one of those little special skills you could say. I could fall asleep anywhere. I mean, on a plane, car, wherever, I could literally just fall asleep. And honestly, I think that has carried on into adulthood too, because I think I'm quite good at it at home too.
Yeah, like middle of a conversation. Brandon?
No, actually, there have been lots of pictures. I don't know if we have them, but I've seen pictures that you've taken of me
pictures I take
where I've fallen asleep. on the couch, eating food. I had a plate in my hand and fell asleep. Xbox controller, all kinds of different scenarios like that. So
it's a talent. It's
yes,
a skill for sure.
Yes, I don't know if I could sleep as well on a bus nowadays. I get car sick now.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
I went with you guys some on the tour bus, and I didn't sleep very well.
Well,
but I wasn't used to it. That was
I remember those were some of the best times, getting to go to the bus at midnight at a Kroger parking lot, get on the bus and get ready to take off for the first place.
First you go in the store and you get your snacks, right?
We go to Kroger beforehand because we're there. We're getting ready. Everyone's getting there and putting their bags into the bus and we go over to Kroger and just go around and just like, let's get some snacks and some magazines and all kinds of stuff. Because again, iPhones weren't a thing back then. Facebook wasn't a thing back there. YouTube was barely starting out. I mean, again, we started in 1999. Our first tour was in 2000, year 2000. So we didn't have the same kind of thing that we would have nowadays to keep you busy, which is great. So I remember we had seasons of TV shows that we would watch on the bus. I remember we were big on 24 back then with Jack Bauer, and so we would get on the bus and literally throw a season of that on, and we would all be gathered around in the front part of the bus, and we're all just hanging out watching, and we were binging back then before binging was a thing, and at one point it's like, it's 3 a.m. we should probably go to sleep and get ready for the show the next morning. But the bus was my favorite. But we lived at the airport essentially for most of our childhood, because
what's funny is living in Nashville, I feel like when you go to the grocery store, a lot of times you see a tour bus parked out in the parking lot. It's just like a normal thing here in Nashville.
Oh yeah, you see a tour bus.
I wonder who's on there.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're getting ready.
We should get on a bus and just see.
Just walk them. You got to have that walking with a purpose type thing. Just act like you're supposed to be there, and people are just assume, oh yeah, that's Joe.
Or I could just act lost, like how did I get here?
Oh, so sorry. I thought this was my trailer. Yeah, that'd be funny.
But it's just,
you're right.
Every tour bus is like out in a grocery store parking lot. That's where they start.
They do.
And I went on the road with Francesca Battistelli one time.
That's right, you did.
I was their nanny, and same thing. We were parked out in the Target parking lot. Everyone went in the store beforehand. It was late at night. Everyone went in, got snacks, and then got on the road. But it's like, that's what everyone does.
Everyone does
so
it.
Funny.
I know. So even to this day, I feel like, actually I have no idea because I haven't been on a tour bus in years.
Yeah, we should go on one.
We should go on one. We should just hitch a ride with somebody. Be like, hey, can we join you?
Can you just rent one just for no reason?
If you want to pay a lot of money, you sure could.
Okay.
But yes, so tour bus, favorite. Airplanes. We were on an airplane, I feel like every 2 to 3 times a week. In fact, so much so that the guys at the check-in counter at Southwest or whatever airline we were flying a ton back then, they knew us because we were a bunch of kids. It's kind of hard to all these kids with all this gear and stuff, and we would get to the airport.
Y'all flip through the airport.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
how you get to where you're going.
But they'd always help us get things checked in on the curb, and oh, where are you going? Where are you going today? Oh, we're going to California. We're going to Pennsylvania, something like that. So we were out there all the time, and it's funny because we like I said, we practically lived at the airport there all the time, back and forth, and I hadn't been to an airport in forever recently, like years. Yeah. And I had to fly out to Texas a couple weeks ago, and it was so weird being in the Nashville airport. So much has changed. I mean, literally, they have redone a lot of it, the security, everything. And I felt like I was there by myself, and I'm just like, I felt like a tourist in my own city, just like, wow, like what? This is so cool. Like, where do I go?
It's a real airplane.
It was the weirdest feeling.
It's amazing.
But as soon as I got through security,
in the sky.
As soon as I got through security, though, it was funny because all of that, the newness and me feeling a little bit lost, like I haven't done this in forever. It all came flooding back, just like riding a bike. I got to the sea terminal where a lot of the Southwest flights that we took back in the day, and it was just like, oh yeah, I remember this. This looks almost the exact
and you
same.
just started busting out into spinning around.
Yes, exactly.
You're like, I know this. I know this.
Yes.
This life.
but no, it's just funny how you can spend so much of your time, your life, at a place or doing something, and we haven't done it in so long. It just feels weird at first. It feels foreign. So
they were asking about the schedule too.
Yes, the schedule.
Wouldn't you, when you were on the bus, you would get to a place like early in the morning and y'all would just like sleep in, and then like walk us through some of that?
Yes, it depends on the time of year and what year it was and so on, because again, we were kids. We had to go to school. So some of the early years, we're doing school as well. We had a tutor that went on the road with us, Gail Ward, and it was great because we could pretty much say anything with school, because we're traveling, we're getting to see all these different places, and on certain tours, Gail would go with us, and we would, we have to get up and do school before we, went out and did interviews or whatever, sound check for the day. I remember we went to Disney World for 3 weeks at Christmas time, and they put us up at the Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, which was a beautiful resort.
You stayed in that resort for 3 weeks?
For 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yes. You could go and eat whatever, and I'm telling you, it is a very different experience when you are a parent and you're going on a tight budget. It's a very different experience than going when Disney kind of fronts the bill there. And we went out there, and it was fun because we would get up, we would do school for a few hours, usually 9 to 1, depending on the day, what was going on that day. And then we'd run over, okay, we have to do a couple of interviews with this person, or we have to go and meet this or do whatever before we hit sound check before the show later that night. Before we do that, you want to just run over to Hollywood Studios and ride Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster a couple of times.
Why not?
Yes, of course. Can we also jet over to Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom? Sure, why not? Let's just do that.
Go ahead and grab a Dole Whip on the way.
We did that, actually.
Yes,
of course we did. And so it was a very unique childhood there. But we had to throw school in there, and we would do school out by the pool or go down to the one of the many restaurant cafeteria things and
did
do
Mickey
that there.
help you with some of your math problems?
No, he did not. No, sadly, Mickey was nowhere to be found when it came to school. He wanted to avoid that, I feel like. But no, it was a great time. That was a tour. That was different from just a regular one-off show, because we had tours and we had one-offs where we'd fly out to this one venue and do a show there and fly back home. So it really just depends on the day, what was going on a tour on the bus that we did. Yes, we would roll in, like you said, it was early in the morning. We got to the bus, drop off or pick up, whatever it's called. Where we got on the bus. We'd drive into town, get there super early. We would wake up whenever we needed to be up, and again, we were at whatever show it was. We'd have some time to hang out before we had to get ready. But again, being a kid, it was so cool because we just got to wake up every morning in a new place and hang out with people we really enjoyed being around, and it was fun. Again, great memories. I love looking back on that. But great question.
Yeah. Next question is from BB Peacock. And
BB Peacock.
Yep. The question is, was there a song you got really tired of doing live?
A song I got really tired of doing live. That's a great question. I should have been more prepared for this question. Yeah. We kind of picked these, and it was just like, we're going to go with that. And I'll think of it on the fly. My brain's not doing a very good job of thinking on the fly. We did a lot of songs over our period of time that we had shows. And early on, we had fewer songs to pick from, so we were doing more songs from the first album. But as we got further into our timeline there, we had all kinds of albums to pull songs from. And I know that some of the classics that we did, Spinning Around, All I Can Do, Beauty and the Beast. Those were some hits that we had back in the day that people loved. We did those over and over and over again because that's what people enjoyed. We actually kind of combined them into a little medley. So instead of doing the full song there, which looking back, I feel like, did people like that? I don't know, because if they came to hear this song, we only did, a portion of that song. Yeah, I look back, I don't know why we did that. I guess we wanted it to fit more songs in. I don't know.
There was no Instagram to put up a poll on
It's
Instagram
true.
to
I
ask
know.
what people thought.
I know.
I guess
And people enjoyed the show. At least they didn't tell us to our face they didn't. They kept coming. So
that's good.
But we did those songs, and I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy those songs. We did them so much that we ended up condensing them into a 3-song medley, and we just hit one after another in a shortened, more condensed version. And I think we went straight from that into like a dance break too, which that one, okay, if I could say if there was one that I was tired of, the dance break, literally tired, because
I don't know how y'all did it.
That one was
it looked intense.
It was intense because it was what you would think it. I mean, it's what it was called. It was a dance break. We, just dancing for 2.5 minutes, whatever the length of the song was, and it was intense. We had flips, and it was going hard.
If it was an intent, you couldn't all fit in there to do it. It was out
wow.
in the open air.
Did you reach for that one?
Open air.
You wanted to. You were like, oh, he said that, but I come back and get that joke. That was good.
I just want to clarify.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But it wasn't intense, but it was really difficult.
We actually did some shows intense. Thank you very much. Yes. Like one of those big tents.
Did you do like a circus?
We did do a circus. Oh, that's a good. We did. Oh gosh.
I don't know.
Was it Ringling Brothers? Oh no, I don't remember exactly, but it was in Dallas in what's the big stadium there, or the arena there? I don't know. Oh gosh, Barnum and Bailey. Ooh, I don't remember, and I feel terrible if I don't remember. But it was a lot of fun. That was a great show. I enjoyed that one a lot. That's where I learned how to whistle.
Really?
Oh,
are you gonna do it now?
No, I'm not gonna do it now. I'll blow out the microphone here.
Lose our viewers.
Anyway, but yeah, good memory. That was good stuff. So KLTY. I forgot the question. Oh, the least favorite song to perform. Oh, radio station.
What was that? What'd that have to do with
Don't ask me. They put on the show. They put on the show.
Circus?
Yes. No, the radio station promoted it, and it was brought to you by KLTY.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant.
Sorry, I don't know why. That popped in my head. I knew that. The promoter, I loved him. His name was Ryan Brandon.
Wow.
I know. His last name was my first name.
Amazing.
He's a great guy. We did a lot of shows with him. So, as a promoter. So anyway, total random flashback. Hey, Ryan, if you're out there and you happen to go over this, say hey. Doubt you'll see this, but anyway,
you should go find him.
I should. I don't really have a good answer for least favorite song to do.
Well, it doesn't have to be a good answer. It just needs to be the answer.
Okay.
That's all we're looking for. All right. Derek Bruner wants to know, who was your favorite road manager / manager combo person?
Derek, that's a great question. And it's so hard to choose because we had so many great people.
So many great ones.
On tour with us. Road managing. We had some great ones. We had Steve Hartley. We had Brian Roberts, Mike Houlihan, Stacy Jeanette out there on day-to-day stuff from the management company. It's so hard to pick. That was about all of them, though, I think.
Yeah.
We had a great time with all of them. Yeah. Derek, that's a great question. Thank you so much for asking. A trip down memory lane of all the great people that we had on tour with us, managing us. So I can't think of any more, though. That was it.
I don't think there were any more.
Just kidding, Derek. We love you. Derek Bruner, everybody. As you probably already saw him in the Jump5 20th anniversary video. They know Derek Bruner is. Derek Bruner is.
We talk about him all the time.
Yes, he was
he's the man.
He's the man. One of our favorite road manager / manager combo persons. Because I guess he would probably clarify his question. Excuse me, I asked road manager / manager combo, which he actually did do. He was road manager first, then took over as manager.
Gotcha.
Wholeheartedly so. But yes, Derek, we love you. Of course.
You're the best.
Yes. Tell your mom we said hi, by the way. Hey, how's it going, Miss Bruner? Anyway, next question.
All right. Marilyn Funk wants to know, what did you eat on the road? Was it literally fast food 24/7?
Fast food 24/7. They tried really hard not to give us fast food because we're a bunch of kids.
And that's all you wanted, though, probably.
Pretty much. And I know specifically that a lot of promoters, and I think the management company also put in our rider, like, no pizza whenever we'd go do a show somewhere. Like,
because you guys didn't want pizza?
No, it's not because of us.
They didn't want
They wanted us to eat healthier.
Gotcha.
And because we were kids, most places...
You gotta have lots of energy.
Most venues would go, oh, they're kids. Let's just get a bunch of pizzas. That'll be great for catering. And so the management company was looking out for us. Proper management was looking out because they didn't want us to just have pizza every single night because...
Get on stage all sluggish. And then people would say, that's not what I paid for.
I don't think it was more for that. I think it was more for the fact that we would get tired of it because everybody would do the same thing. So they did put that in there. And it's funny because sometimes we talk to promoters and be like, really? No pizza? Y'all don't like pizza? Like, no, we love pizza. It's just they were trying to not make us tired of it, basically. So we did eat. They did. A lot of places had home cooked meals. Again, on tour or at a one-off show, a lot of times the venue would also provide catering, which was awesome. They would feed us, and we had some where they would bring food in, and sometimes they would have someone at the church or the venue make food, like homemade meals, and those were always so good.
So you actually probably didn't do much fast food.
We didn't do a ton because we usually would go from the airport to the venue, do sound check, there was catering, and we go and back to the hotel and then fly out the next day. Or if we were on a bus tour, we would do the same thing. And so it wasn't like we're pulling up through Taco Bell in the bus, although we did get some fast food sometimes. But that was pretty much...
have your Swedish fish for dessert.
Yes, Swedish fish was my candy of choice back then. A lot of people knew that. And
a lot of people brought it to you.
Yes, they would bring me bags and bags of Swedish fish, which was...
Dr. Pepper.
And Dr. Pepper, which is much appreciated. I very much loved every time someone in the autograph line or in a meet and greet came over with a gift of this. Because looking back as an adult now, again, as a kid, you kind of take for granted some of these things, but kids would come up in these lines, one, excited to meet us, which was weird to me looking back now. Like, we were just kids, and I get, we're singing on stage and we're performing and we were on radio and TV and all that stuff, but we were just kids, and they would come up excited to meet us and get our autograph, which is weird. But then they would want to take the time and make an amazing sign or something. They put time and effort into it, or an amazing gift. They would give us things like I said, candy and stuff they'd make, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that people would take the time to do that. And I wish that I could, as a kid back then, really fully appreciate that at the time and could tell every single person that did that, thank you so much. It really means a lot that you put time into this to do that for us. And I hope that you guys that did that, if you're watching, feel that, at least know nowadays, 20 years later, that I really appreciate it, and the rest of us did too. So, but yeah, Swedish fish was a staple for me.
When I come over to hang out, we would eat Swedish fish because you'd have so many bags of it.
Exactly. Another story to share, though, talking about food on the road. This was one, again, I feel like I've shared these stories just because I've talked about it in the past. But there was one instance in particular that stands out because I don't know if I have like PTSD from it or what, but there was on our first tour ever, the Child of the Promise tour back in the year 2000. This is the first time we've ever been on tour. We're on a tour with these huge artists in the Christian music world, and everybody had their own bus or grouped in different buses, and we were these kids that didn't even have a name yet. We were Jump5 at the time, not even Jump5. You can check out some of that on the 20th anniversary special. We talk about it there, but they put our little 5 of us on the band bus because we had a live band on every show. The Child of the Promise tour was a really cool thing. You can check it out later. But the band we were on their bus. So it was kind of like the crew bus type thing. Just stick the kids on their bus. It'll be fine. And it was great. We loved it. We didn't know any difference. I felt bad for the band because I felt like at the beginning they're probably thinking, oh man, bunch of these preteens on our bus. This is ridiculous. And hopefully they grew to appreciate us. Who knows? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're still thinking, oh, I can't believe we got stuck with Jumpstart back in the day. But one of the things that they did, they had a little fun with us. There was one time where one of the catering options that they had at one of the shows was, I think it was Chinese food. I don't know where it came from, if it was from some restaurant, but they had a ton of it there because there was hundreds of us in this tour that they needed to feed. And we got to take the leftovers on our bus. And if you know me, I'm not the best at eating before a show because I used to get super nervous. So nervous so that I couldn't eat at all. Like I
can understand that.
I would have
That would
to
be the
pass
same.
up. Oh, yeah. Well, it was, I get the nerves so bad. I don't know why. As soon as that first song starts, totally fine. Not a problem. But all the lead up, doesn't matter if it was the first year or the last year, I was always getting nervous like that before a show. And so I couldn't eat all the time. If catering was too close to the show, I'd have to say, you know what, let me wait until after. I'll eat later. Well, this is the first year we're doing stuff, and I was not great at that back then. So I thought, okay, well, I'll eat afterwards. They had the food they got to take the leftovers on our bus, which was perfect. And we were hanging out, talking with the band guys, and I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. I could eat so many of these egg rolls. There were some egg rolls they had in this container. And
You've always loved egg
I
rolls.
love egg rolls. Anyway, they had been sitting out for who knows how long, and they were greasy and, like drippy. Like they were just sitting in this pan. Again, I'm 12 years old, 13 or however old I was at the time. 13 years old.
Grease?
I didn't care. I was like, oh, I could eat so many. And they're like, oh, I bet you can't eat 10 egg rolls in an hour. And I'm like, oh, easy. I could easily do that. I am so hungry. Absolutely. And they're like, oh, you got to eat 10 in 1 hour or you don't win. And I'm like, I got this.
Win.
I got this.
That's the, can't think of the word. I'm trying to think of. That's the, when you lose, penalty.
The penalty?
No,
you don't win? You just lose?
No, yeah, but that's right? I was going to say, what happens? You said that you just don't win.
Well, I didn't lose anything. It wasn't like I had to do something if I didn't
I know,
win.
that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm laughing.
Oh,
that's
because
the
that was it.
penalty
Oh,
is
yes.
You
yeah.
just lose.
The penalty. I get
like,
what you're saying now. Yes.
Okay,
it wasn't that bad for me to
I'm
lose.
saying.
Well, no, so we start this thing. I'm like, all right, ready to go. Boom. Start eating, and I am going to town on these egg rolls. Yeah. I'm hungry. We're just popping them in left and right. I got this in the bag. Starts to get a little slower, though. And again, you're on the bus.
You're starting to sweat a little bit.
You're on the bus, and you can't do certain things on the bus.
Yeah.
Like, well, you can use the restroom, but only number one, if you know what I mean. And so you got to be careful. No solids in the toilet. And so I'm eating this food, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, my tum-tum's I'm not feeling too great. These greasy old egg rolls have been sitting out for hours, and I don't think about it because I'm 13 years old and I'm just shoving them in, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life here? And
why do I have this something to prove?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, what is wrong with me? But I want to win some money. I want to win $100. Was that what it was? Did I tell you that?
Oh, I don't know if you did.
There's a prize for winning. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, sorry. I I forgot to say the whole reason why I did it. No, I don't know why I didn't either. No, I'd eat 10 egg rolls in an hour.
Lose? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
If I ate 10 egg rolls in an hour, I get $100.
Wow. Okay.
As a 13-year-old, I'm like, that's amazing.
I'm gonna try too.
Yes. I forgot. I left a crucial part of the story out.
I'm gonna wring out the grease.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna pop them in.
But the penalty for losing was just I lost. I didn't have to do anything. Okay. And so I'm going and I'm eating and I'm like, I'm starting to slow down. And I'm thinking, okay, about 7 egg rolls in. And I'm thinking,
close.
I'm so close.
Can do it.
I was feeling it.
You.
And I was like, I can't go too much more because I don't want to have to pull the bus over and say, I gotta go. Because at some point, these egg rolls have to come out at some point.
I actually don't remember. I know I've heard the story, but I genuinely don't remember how it ends. So I'm in.
Well, don't build it up too much because it doesn't have this crazy ending.
I'm ready. Tell me what happens next.
I'll end it right now. So
you had 7.
I had 7.
Okay. You're sweating.
I'm sweating.
You're ready to throw in the towel.
I was. And an hour elapses. Is that how you say it? An hour.
Sure. An hour has passed.
Concludes It passed. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here to help you with words always.
And I was so sad because I could not finish the 10. I stopped at 7. And I was the naive, little naive Brandon is thinking, I got 7. That should count for something.
No, that's not how you play the game.
I didn't know how things worked in the back of the day, so I'm thinking, I'll get $70 at least, because I'm thinking in my head, $10 an egg roll or something, and it's like, dude, that's not how things work. That's not how a bet works.
Life works.
10 egg rolls in an hour was the bet. If you do it, you get the prize. If you don't, you lose. And I'm just
life it's harsh, man.
And I'm just sitting here going, but I ate 7 egg rolls. What am I gonna do with this? I got nothing for this. and they're like, sorry, buddy. It was fun for us though. Thank you for providing us an hour of entertainment. And I just remember going, well, I just my heart hardened a little bit that moment. Just like, the world is a cruel place there.
Yeah, it can be.
And I'm just kidding, of course. But it was fun for everyone, and I of course had a good time too. It was fun looking back. But
what's crazy is that you have continued to enjoy egg rolls.
I know, that's what I was going to say.
I
say I got PTSD. I think it was for a little bit there because it took a while. It took a while for me to get back into the egg roll game there because I definitely didn't want to see an egg roll for a while.
Maybe we could try it again, maybe live on camera.
10 egg rolls in an hour?
10 egg rolls in an hour.
Oh,
who wants to see it? Raise a hand.
Actually, that does sound pretty good. I think enough time has passed. I might do that.
10 in an
I might
hour?
do that.
Maybe for the sake of a Jump5 memory.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm full of great ideas.
We're gonna and it's been a long time. We're probably gonna wrap this up soon. If you want to see this as a challenge.
Oh, wow, this is happening, guys. I'm so excited.
We'll go to you get some.
Where do you want to get them from?
We'll get Panda Express.
You like those?
I like those. Those are good, and I could do that there.
All right.
We'll see if we can do 10 egg rolls, and if I can do 10 egg rolls.
We should do it at Panda Express.
At Panda Express? No, we'll come back here.
Are we doing it live?
No, but we'll simulate. Well, I guess we might have to because people might think we edited it too much.
They would think that.
We'll see. We'll see. We're not going to do that. We're going to be honest here.
We would be.
But we'll simulate the whole, if we're not going to do it in the moment, we'll do it where the egg rolls have time to sit out and get gross and old.
For a while.
Just to kind of recreate those memories.
I'll roll them in some extra grease.
Okay, that's, now I'm feeling.
Recreate.
That's gross. Anyway, it's
happening,
guys. We're gonna do that. I like
excited.
that. Oh well, I say that. You let us know if you want to see it. If you don't want to see it,
the good thing is we have bathrooms here, and solids can't go into them.
I think we should also.
You're good on that.
We should say like, what do I get if I win? And I feel like there should be a punishment if I lose this time, because last time the punishment was just.
We should let the people talk.
I think we should.
What's
let
the
us
reward?
know in the comments if 1, you want to see it. 2,
who wouldn't want to see it?
Some people might get grossed out.
Everyone wants to see it.
2, what should I get for winning, and what should the punishment be for losing? I think that's a great idea. Great idea. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm
full of
We've
them.
been rolling on this for quite a while, and I feel bad.
More?
I think let me see. Actually, I think we had some special ones here too.
Special?
Yeah. You've been asking me all these questions.
Yeah.
I'm
exhausted.
There were a couple of questions that we got. For you, Miss Ashley.
For me?
For you.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
I feel so honored.
We are going to toss the microphone over to you and
put
you in the hot seat. So,
is this what you feel like?
Every day.
I'm so stressed.
All right. So Ashley, and actually, I'm actually nervous here because I have to say these names correctly.
Yeah. Oh, it is a stressful life, my friend.
I'm going to try and not ask them the way you did.
Usernames correctly.
All right, Ashley. Langson _ LMJ. Asks, Ashley, did you ever feel J5 was taking too much of Brandon's time back then?
Good question. You always say that. You always start them out with.
I'd love to hear your answer.
Yeah. So I feel like if it was now and we were married, yeah, that'd be hard. I'd come with you.
You would come with me.
Whether you invited me or not,
yes.
I'm coming. But because we were dating and we weren't married, and I did get to go on the road with you some.
You did.
I feel like I missed you a whole lot whenever you were gone, but it wasn't like it was you were taken away all the time for so long. You know what I mean?
The road took my boyfriend away. And I will say,
I missed you so much whenever you were gone.
That's so sweet.
I did.
I missed you even more.
I still miss you when you're in the other room. Like even 19 years later.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's true though.
That is so sweet.
Yes. So,
And
yeah,
I will
I
say,
feel like it was okay because you didn't ever leave for like a super long time.
And not to jump in on your question.
Jump in.
I feel bad, but we also started dating towards the end of Jump 5
yes.
too.
So, yes.
So like I think
we had only been
met
together for 3 years.
Well, no.
Didn't we date for 3 years?
We ended in
The last 3 years?
2007.
Yes.
And we met in 2005, I think.
Yeah.
Or see, this is a part where I get I can't remember. Either we met.
So I only knew you a couple years. I guess.
I think something like that. So it wasn't like it was too
the last couple
bad,
years of Jump 5.
But I will say, for me on the road, before having a girlfriend, I loved touring, getting to hang out, go to a new place all the time. It was so exciting just to hang out. And as soon as I met Ashley, all I wanted to do is go back home and hang out with her.
That's so nice.
So it was really tough to go out on the road because I just wanted to hang out with you. So
I just wanted to hang out with you.
Well, so
yeah,
sweet.
no, it wasn't like a piece of cake, but it was different because it was early on in dating, and I did get to go on the road with y'all some. And when you left, you didn't ever leave for too long. So that helped.
And I will say, like you said, if we were married, had kids, that would be a very different story.
We'd be on the road.
You would. Things would be very different if you couldn't go on the road with us if we were a family like this. So
I'd cry every night.
I would too. I would too, for sure. I have another question for you.
2 questions?
From Cord Alexandria, 28.
Oh, what's up, Cord?
Hey.
She's my friend.
I know. Ashley, if Jump 5 could re-record one song, what song would you want it to be?
Oh man. I don't know.
Oh,
I know that some of my favorite songs are from the Purple album, which I always forget what was that called.
You forgot the name already? People in the chat are going to be very upset with you.
Purple album. What's it
Purple
called?
album.
All I Can Do.
No.
Nope.
That's the single.
All
from
the
them.
Time in the World.
You did it. You got there on your own.
So that has some of my favorite songs in it, which they're not coming to me right now, but they're my favorite. So I feel like one from there. Okay. Also, this was from another album, but I always liked when you sang.
What's the song? You don't even remember? I was thinking you would say that just because.
Well, yes.
You don't even know the name of the song. I know the name of the song. I bet people out there are going to guess that. You're going to say that.
Stage some and you sang it.
Yeah, I know. Oh. This is embarrassing. I feel secondhand embarrassment for you right now. And I'm going to let this edit go. I'm not going to cut this any shorter. I'm going to let this go and just so you guys can see and feel this moment right now with me.
Didn't have the word angel in it.
No. But many of our songs did.
Dream. Not Dreaming in Color. Dream. You're just a dream. Just a dream.
Just a dream.
Just a dream.
Took you a while, but you got there.
Because you sang that. Because
you're just a dream.
You sang a lot on that one.
I sang pretty much the whole song.
Pretty much the whole. That's what I meant.
Yes, exactly.
So, I love that one.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
that's
great.
so sweet. Yeah. Thank you.
And then there were, I really liked, Put Me in the Picture.
Oh, you remembered them.
Is that what it is? Put me in the picture?
Put me in the picture.
Put me in the picture.
Put me in the picture. Put me in a picture.
I liked that one a lot.
We had
and I liked
Joyride, Summer Song, Forever in My Heart, Angel in My Heart, Diamond.
Oh, I like Diamond a lot. That was like funky.
Yes.
You know. So I don't know. I feel like Diamond, Put Me in the Picture, Just a Dream.
Any of those? Okay.
One of those.
There you go.
Yeah. Did I?
You did a great job there. Hey, great job. Thanks for asking us questions. And then I say us because those who asked her some questions, I feel bad.
I feel so honored.
I know. I feel bad because
you would ask me a question.
And you know what? Maybe, we probably will do part 4 of this because we've got so many questions. And you guys keep asking questions because if you want to see more of this, we'll continue to do these. And I would love to see more questions asked of you because,
I'm nervous.
You were around. And again, it doesn't have to be like what was back then. Like you can just get to know Ashley.
But these are Jump 5 Q&As.
But I'm saying like, in the Jump 5 framing, I guess. So, I don't know. But just...
but I am excited about these egg rolls.
I am excited.
I will not be partaking.
I'm excited.
I will be the camera
guy.
guy.
And I'm afraid. So
it's going to be great.
But no, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all. You're going to continue.
Is there an egg...
She's continuing this egg roll business.
No, is there an egg roll emoji?
Oh, I don't...
I was going to say they should throw that up there.
I don't know. Is there an egg roll emoji?
I don't know.
Let me look it up real quick while you're talking. Just go ahead and talk a little bit.
Yeah, so egg rolls. What do you guys like in your egg rolls? I am not a big egg roll person. I don't even know the last time I had one.
Egg.
But Brandon's always been a big egg roll
There's
guy.
no egg roll.
No
but
egg roll.
It looks like there is an egg.
There's an egg.
There's sushi.
And there's a roll. Put up an egg and put up a roll, you guys. Side by side.
Is there a roll?
That will represent
bread,
an
I
egg
guess.
roll. And then we'll know that you guys stayed to the end of this.
I like that.
And my voice is going. That means stop. Cut it off. But we'll know that you stayed to the end, and we'll know that you want to see Brandon
eat 10 sick.
egg rolls in an hour. So
yes, we'll do that.
Let's do
hopefully I can accomplish that and crush that. Crush that hour.
Yeah, I believe in you.
This is my chance to redeem myself.
And
after
I'll
all
be
these
here
years.
this time. I'll get behind you. I can massage your shoulders while you're
like
getting
it.
through it. And
I'm
I can
excited.
encourage you and just, and then I can open the bathroom door for you.
That's so sweet.
Just run in.
That's so sweet. The
I'm
people,
here for you.
what if they say, no, we don't want that?
But I want it.
Okay.
So,
well, I appreciate
if you guys could
that.
help me out
Yes.
and make this happen.
As Ashley said, please leave a comment down below with an egg and a roll.
Yeah.
I think there's just
That's
bread.
our egg roll.
I don't know, egg roll. If there is
There's
something
a
like
little
that.
croissant.
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 A croissant.
So you can do an egg and
Do a croissant there.
Yeah.
Yeah, egg and a whatever. Just figure out something. Let us know in the comments if you stayed to the whole thing.
We'll know what you mean.
We will know what you mean. And those who don't know what you're doing, they'll be wondering in the mystery why you are putting random emojis out there.
And then they'll want to listen to the whole thing.
They will. But thank you so much for watching, for listening. We really appreciate all of you for staying tuned and sticking with us on this podcast journey. We know that there are so many things out there that you can spend your time consuming.
You
and
could be anywhere but here.
Yes,
But
hanging
you
out
are
with
here,
us. Yes.
And we are here. And we are all here together. And it's a beautiful thing.
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it up here. Thank you all again. We'll see you all in the next one. Have a great night. Bye.
See ya.